What's up guys, it's Cam Beef here, and today we're going to be doing another storytime video. It's probably been about a year since I made my last storytime, so I've just decided to make one again, and it's about another time I got into a fight in middle school. If you do enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and, let me know if you want to hear another storytime. And if you're curious to hear if I got any about a certain subject, type it in the comments. Let's get into the video. This story time sets us back to where I was in 8th grade middle school. Basically in 2020, it was March and about 2 weeks till COVID shut down schools. I was having a good day. I had talked to my crush, had a good breakfast, talked with friends. I was just overall having a great morning, dude. It was probably one of the best mornings of 8th grade. Now during this time of 2020, there was this thing going around called nut tapping. It was a pretty good trend between a group of dudes, a friend group. Me and my brother did it to each other a lot, and I probably can't have kids anymore because of it. So throughout the morning, me and my friends were just trying to nut tap each other. Again, if you don't know what that is, it's when you go up to your friend and just whack them in the nuts. So I got through first period easily. I believe it was probably history, and then I went to math. But third period came along, gym, and gym back then was just the best. Yeah, we had to change in front of a bunch of men in middle school, but still, it was one of the best times. Now, since it was March, we were doing March Madness. If you don't know what that is, basically for the entirety of March, you play basketball as a team with a group of friends, and you try and go up the brackets of your class. At least that's how it was for me. Me and my team of friends, we were low-key getting dogged on by everybody in the gym class. We didn't really go up against any girls, but we did have a girl on our team that was low-key doing better than us. Now, while we were getting dogged on, we still were playing good so we can get a good grade, and we managed to somehow move up the class bracket after, your boy acted like prime Klay Thompson. Soon, eventually, we had to go back to the locker rooms and get changed before the actual period ended, and this is where the story time starts. Basically, I was just trying to give you a good, little hint of how the day was going so far until the day got ruined by some kid we'll call Darius Gray. Oh my days. So remember how I was talking about that trend, nut tapping? Yeah, me and my friends wouldn't stop doing it to each other. That's probably why I'll never be able to have kids. So as I'm getting changed, bam, I get smacked so hard. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get my get back. So I did it to my friend we'll call Aaron. He's kind of a big dude, and I kind of pissed that dude off. But again, we're friends and we're just joking. We're not really trying to hurt each other, even though we're smacking each other in the balls. So after I smacked him, he tries to smack me instantly. But I get out of the way. So that made him want to get me even more instead of changing. Like, dude, change your clothes. So he keeps on trying to hit me, and I just dodge. And at this point, I've backed so far to where I accidentally bumped into a dude. And that dude was Darius Gray. To explain anything, this dude had a bigger gap than the McDonald's sign. And honestly, his hair looked like beef ramen noodles. So once I accidentally bumped into this dude, I get shoved, and I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty hard for no reason. And this dude says, "Back up, you stink." Okay, so let's sit and think. It's a gym locker room full of sweaty boys after playing basketball the entire hour, and this dude's saying I stink. Listen up, buddy. Listen up. Everybody's gonna stink. You stink too. I literally said that to him too. I was like, dude, it's a gym locker room. Everybody stinks. Smell yourself. I even said that. And I guess he didn't like it too well, because about after 2 minutes, out of nowhere, I feel 2 fingers get pressed up against my temple and shoves my head into the locker. Meanwhile, I, look at him. He's still pointing a finger gun at my head. So I smack it out the way, because no way you're doing that shit in middle school, dude. So I smack his hand out the way, and he says, "Who you touching up on?" And then he grabs me by my collar. And at this point, I'm doing Taekwondo, and I learned this thing where you put your hands in between their arms and grab your wrist, and you yank their hands off your neck. That did not work. If anything, it pissed Darius off even more, because when I did it, I pulled on a zipper, which made it sound like I ripped his shirt. So upon hearing what you think is your sweatshirt getting, ripped by a 4'11" kid, you're gonna try and body slam him, right? That's exactly what he tried to do to me. But I stood my ground like a true warrior. No, genuinely, he was still trying to pick me up, and I wasn't letting that happen. I had my legs, like, basically doing the splits, and I was not letting him pick me up at all. If he picked me up, I was done for. But eventually, my legs slipped, and we both fell to the ground. And you ever see that video of Kyson running like a rat? Yeah. That was me as soon as I got from his grasp. I was literally scurrying under my friend's legs. And this is where my other friend, we'll call him Marcus, comes into play. He's in another story time I still have to tell. So after I scurry under my friend's legs, the friend I went under, he's trying to hold Darius and calm him down and tell him it's alright, chill out, it's not that deep. And my friend Marcus comes around the corner, he's trying to tell him it's not that deep either. And then, Darius just, like a boomerang and like a rubber band just pulls backward and BAM! Just smacks Marcus straight in the jaw. It echoed and this dude just falls to the ground. He didn't get knocked out, but like I know that jaw. I know that like jaw was like every time he opened it. So I've been shoved. I've gotten a finger gun shoved into my face, and I've been almost body slammed. And I just witnessed my friend get clocked. I'm pissed. So what does Ethan do? What does canned beef do, guys? I pick up my Chromebook and my heavy binder with all my assignments in it, and I throw it at this dude's head. I'm not playing. I genuinely picked them both up and chucked it at his head. It bounced off. For some reason, 2 heavy objects did 0 damage to this guy. He just got even more angrier. So finally, at last, we both square up. I put my dukes up, and I went out swinging. I did not get beat up, guys. Calm down. I'm the canned beef, bro. I may get slammed in Siege, but not real life. Meow. Yeah, ignore whatever I just said. Anyways, we square up and we start throwing punches at each other. And honestly, because of the adrenaline and everything, I didn't feel a single thing that he did to me. Even though I know he was hitting me. He probably hit me about like 6 times in the cheek. But, you know what? I was using my taekwondo to my advantage. I was front kicking. I was doing side kicks. I tried to do a roundhouse, but, I smacked my shin straight on a bench. And I know I exaggerated a lot in my last Storytime video about fighting, but genuinely this shit was like Cobra Kai. I was getting punched, I was punching him, he was backing me into a corner, and I learned this block called the cell phone block, where you put your hand like you're holding the cell phone, and the other one's pushing whatever's getting thrown at you, okay? And I did that when I was in a corner. I blocked his punch, and I threw his punch straight into a locker like some Cobra Kai Miyagi-Do type shit. And then all of a sudden, he starts adapting to my moveset. I press XXB and he does YXXB. This dude started taking my moves. So this dude's doing front kicks now. I gotta worry about that. And then all of a sudden, the tip of my wing has a sharp pain. This dude clipped my wing with the tip of his foot. The worst nut tap of them all. And that one nut tap ended the whole fight. As soon as he did that, he ran away out of the locker room while I was still standing. Now, of course, somehow a teacher knew about it. Mr. Lindauer, God rest your soul, rest in peace. You were amazing, man. Honestly, rest in peace. Anyways, he sent me to the office, and I basically didn't get in trouble for jack shit. I just had to tell them what happened. I defended myself against some dude who was crying about a gym locker room. And, yeah. So that dude got suspended. I didn't get shit. Now I'm about in 6th period, maybe 7th. I don't know. I was somewhere in between there, and I got sent to ISS because I was a little asshole when I was in science class. And half the time I didn't even do anything, but every day I was basically getting sent down. And my friend, we'll call him Alex, is down there, and he asked me what happened in gym today. I was like, why? And he's like, some dude's sister wanted to beat you up. I was like, bro, Darius' sister? He's like, no way. Y'all got into a fight, is that why? I was like, yeah. Was she really wanting to fight me? And he's like, no, because I told her to stop and I shoved her to the ground because she wanted to fight me because I wouldn't tell you where you were. Bro, so both the Gray siblings get bitched in the same day, in the same class. So basically after 3 days of being suspended, he finally came back, and that gym class wasn't the only class I had with him. I had art, and he sat behind me. So when he came back, he didn't even look at me. He didn't do jack shit. He just sat behind me, and never talked to me again. Never said, looked, did anything in my direction again. And yeah. It's basically the story time. There's gonna be pain in the ass to edit because I'm gonna put hella funny gifs in this shit. I'm telling you, bro. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and let me know if you want another story time about school or anything. Love you guys.